Okay, this is part 4 of Hidden Pains. Okay, Rube said, what kind of work did you do before? I didn't. I never worked before. My father took care of me until he married that bimbo gold digger bleach blonde. Then he stopped taking care of me. He found me a house with 4 roommates. He paid my rent up for a year. That's all she would allow him to do for me. She told me one day to get a job and stop spurging off my father because she was sick and tired of looking at me all day. The bimbo gold digger bleach blonde. Some people has it good and don't even deserve it. Yeah, the bimbo, the gold digger bleach blonde would be one for sure. In my case, being bitter for so long made me neglect the most important things in life. When you leave God out, Cassie, you don't always make the best choices for your life. I'm referring to being on the bar and grill. This really wouldn't have been my first choice I would have made if I had not lost my daughter and went to jail. Really? What would have been your first choice? A dress shop, a coffee shop, maybe a flower shop. I'm not proud of the bar and grill, but it pays the bills. Are you from Montana? Oh no, I'm from Ohio. So am I. I moved to Montana 23 years ago to heal from all the hurt and pain my ex-husband put me through. We moved about 20 times as I was growing up. I lived in Montana for 7 years. I swore I was not moving again out of state. I'm tired of starting all over again. Cassie takes out her inhaler and takes 2 draws off of it. Ruby looks, the look of shock on Ruby's face. You have asthma? Ever since I was a baby. Ruby pointed to the restroom. The restroom is right there, hon. Go and change clothes in there. He really needs to get out of those wet clothes. Thanks, Ruby. Cassie goes off stage to the restroom to change clothes. Ruby begins wiping down the counters and putting fresh peanuts and nacho chips, emptying all the ashtrays on the counter. Cassie comes out of the restroom wearing her new uniform with her wet clothes in her hand. An old man follows her to the counter. Rube looks up, sees Cassie coming back from the restroom, reaches under the counter and gets a plastic bag. Ah, it fits you perfect. Rube hands Cassie the plastic bag to put her wet clothes in. Cassie takes the bag from Rube, puts her wet clothes in the bag. Looking down at herself. Cassie looking down at herself. It's a bit long. Cassie sits on the stool at the counter. Well, do you want to wear the uniform or you want the uniform to wear you? What do you mean? Let me put it to you like this, hon. The male customers, I'm sure, would love to see more of you and less of your uniform. But I'm your boss. I want to see more of the uniform and less of you. I don't have many dress uniforms. You will find those down, you will find them at the tavern down the street. Let's try to have at least a little respect in here. Are you kidding me? Looking around in the bar and grill. Duh. That is not what I meant. Well, duh, back at you. What did you mean? It reaches over my knees. You are a short order cook. Not a waitress. You are in the back. It really wouldn't matter if it reaches your ankles. Who would know? When you do come out to the bar, they will be too drunk to tell what you are wearing, let alone knowing how short or how long your uniform is. Who would care? Here comes Hank. Hank walked up to Cassie with a drink in his hand. He's tipsy. Hello, baby. You are the love of my life. Let's go out and have some fun. You like that, huh? Can I buy you a drink? What? Ruby, who's the new girl? Aren't you going to introduce her to me? Talking to Cassie. I'm a regular. He chuckles. Hank, this is Cassie. Cassie, this is Hank. Pleased to meet you, Cassie. Looks at Cassie. Wait a minute, Ruby, this is your little Cassie all grown up now. No, Hank, that's Cassie with a K. My Cassie's with a C. Reaches to shake Cassie's hand. Cassie just looks at his hand and refuses to shake Hank's hand. Pleased to meet you, Cassie with a K. Oh, you don't want to shake my hand? Hank looks at his hands and wipes his shirt. Wipes it on his shirt. It's not clean enough for you. Hank, she's not a local, so leave her alone. Be quiet, Ruby. She has a mouth, let her talk for herself. You heard Ruby, Hank. I'm not a local, so beat it. Talking to Rube. I thought you said your name was Rube. It is. I changed it. I just dropped the Y and added an E. My mother's name, Hank interrupts. Looks at Cassie and then at Ruby. Look at here. I want to know who said I wanted a local. I see a pretty girl sitting at the bar I want to talk to and buy her a drink. That's all. I didn't say anything about I wanted a local. I'm tired of local girls. All they want is money, money, money. And non-locals too, Hank. My rent is due. Light, gas, and water is due. You see what you see, that's what I'm talking about. Chicken nest. That's what you are. Chicken nest. Flips his hand at Cassie and Ruby and staggers away. Is he calling me chicken or noodle? Yes, I'm afraid he is. You'll be seeing a lot of Hank. Let me tell you a little secret. Hank is the security here. Cassie rolled her eyes. Are you kidding me? He's a drunk. Oh, brother. He should make the job fun. Oh, he's harmless. Don't let the staggering fool you. Still, I don't like old men. Father figures, they're always hitting on me. I hate Viagra was ever invented. It has driven the old men crazy. Hand gesture. I feel, if you're a wet noodle, it's over. You've had your fun. Sit down somewhere and play with your grandchildren. Yeah, I wish I had some grandkids to sit down and play with. We began to stare at Cassie. What's wrong with you? Call me Ruby. Sorry. You let Hank call you Ruby. Ruby looks over at Hank. Hank is family. He's my closest, dearest uncle. He came here with me to help me get back on my feet after I served time and lost everything. He said he would never call me Ruby. Rube staring at Cassie. Why are you staring at me like that? Cassie, for some reason you're beginning to look very familiar to me. I do? Yes, you do. We seem to have a lot in common. I can tell you're lonely. You talk a lot. That's what lonely people do. Cassie, what were you about to say before Hank interrupted you? Cassie asked him herself. What was I saying? About your mother. Oh, my mother's name is Ruby. Cassie, what I'm about to ask you has me very